YouTube/Patreon/BitChute. Today's video, I want to chime in with a quick impromptu video. In today's video, I want to continue with part 2 of Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars, chapter 1 of Behold a Pale Horse. Now, if you're just now seeing this video, then that means that you have watched part 1 of this series, and the video got cut off because soon as it started getting deep, I got a spam call and it just messed up the whole video. The video stopped, so I gotta continue where I left off. But it's all cool. These agents not throwing us off. You know what I mean? Like, they trying to get me to lose my cool, lose my composure. But you know what? With the knowledge that's in this book, there's no need for me to even do that. Now let's continue where I left off at. Immediately, the Rockefeller Foundation got in on the ground floor by making a 4-year grant to Harvard College, funding the Harvard Economic Research Project for the study of the structure of the American economy. 1 year later, in 1949, the United States Air Force joined in. In 1952, the original grant period terminated. In a high-level meeting of the elite, in a high-level meeting of the elite, Illuminati, was held to determine the next phase of social operations research. The Harvard project had been very fruitful, as is borne out by the publication of some of its results in 1953, suggesting the feasibility of economic social engineering studies in the structure of the American economy. Copyright 1953 by Wesley Leon Teef, International Sciences Press Incorporation, White Plains, New York. Engineered in the last half of the decade of the 1940s, the new quiet war machine stood, so to speak, in sparkling gold-plated hardware of the showroom floor. By 1954, the new quiet war machine stood, so to speak, in sparkling gold-plated hardware on the showroom floor. With the creation of the Maser in 1954, the promise of unlocking unlimited source of fusion atomic energy from the heavy hydrogen in seawater and the consequent availability of unlimited social power was a possibility only decades away. The combination was irresistible. The Quiet War was quietly declared by international elite, the Bilderberg Group, at a meeting held in 1954. Although the silent weapon systems was nearly exposed 13 years later, the evolution of the new weapon system have never suffered any major setbacks. This volume marks the 25th anniversary of the beginning of the Quiet War. Already, this domestic war has had many victories on many fronts throughout the world. Wow, that's deep. Okay, let's continue. Political introduction. In 1954, it was well recognized by those in positions of authority that it was only a matter of time, only a few decades before the general public would be able to grasp and upset the cradle of power, for the very elements of the new silent weapon technology were accessible for a public utopia, as they were for providing a private utopia. The issue of primary concern, that of dominance, revolved around the subject of energy sciences. Energy is recognized as a key to all activity on Earth. So for all you people that say karma ain't real Energy ain't real. It's there for you right there in the book. Energy is recognized. Energy is science. Energy is spirituality. Spirituality and science go hand in hand. Nature and science goes hand in hand. Nature is science. Science is nature. Energy is recognized as the key to all activity on Earth. Natural science is the study of the sources and the control of natural energy. And social science, theoretically expressed as economics, is the study of the sources and the control of social energy. Both are bookkeeping systems. Mathematics, therefore, mathematics is the primary energy science. And the bookkeeper can be king if the public can be kept ignorant of the methodology of the bookkeeping. All science is merely the means to an end. The means is knowledge. The end is control. The end always justifies the means. Beyond this remains only one issue: who will be the beneficiary? In 1954, this was the issue of primary concern. Although the so-called moral issues were raised in view of the law of natural selection, it was agreed that a nation or world of people who will not use their intelligence are no better than animals who do not have intelligence. Such people are beasts of burden and stakes on the table by choice and consent. That's deep. Let me go back and read that. In 1954, this was the issue of primary concern. Although the so-called moral issues were raised in view of the law of natural selection, it was agreed that a nation or world of people who will not use their intelligence are no better than animals who do not have intelligence. Such people are beasts of burden and stakes on the table by choice and consent. So they purposely dumb us down so you can't use your intelligence. So you, by natural selection, fall into the category of being an animal, sheeple, goyim. Man, wake up. Consequently, in the interest of future world order, peace and tranquility, it was decided to privately wage a quiet war against the American public with an ultimate objective of permanently shifting the natural and social energy, wealth of the undisciplined and irresponsible many into the hands of the self-disciplined, responsible, and worthy few. So basically, so-called black people, if you're not black, they took our wealth, took our money, and they stole it, and they put it into their hands because they thought that we were unfit and irresponsible because they dumbed us down on purpose. Consequently, in the interest of future world order, peace, and tranquility, it was decided to privately wage a quiet war against the American public with an ultimate objective of permanently shifting the natural and social energy, wealth of the undisciplined and unresponsible many into the hands of the self-disciplined, responsible, and worthy few. In order to implement the objective, it was necessary to create, secure, and apply new weapons, which, as it turned out, were a class of weapons that were so subtle and sophisticated in their principle of operation and public appearance as to earn for themselves the name silent weapons. In conclusion, the objective of economic research as conducted by the man-gates of capital, banking, and the industries of commodities, goods, and services is the establishment of an economy which is totally predictable and manipulatable. In order to achieve a total predictable economy, the low class elements of the society must brought under control, i.e. must be housebroken, trained and assigned a yoke and long-term social duties from a very early age before they have an opportunity to question the propriety of the matter in order. See, look, it's another agent calling me. That shit funny as hell. See, they trying to stop me from speaking this shit. This shit's funny. Well, see, look, I lost my train of thought. In order to achieve such conformity, the lower class family unit must be disintegrated by a process of increasing pre-repercussions of the parents and the establishment of government-operated daycares. Oh my God. The lower class family unit must be disintegrated by a process of increasing preoccupation of the parent in the establishment of government-operated daycare centers. So they get your mom, your dad hooked on drugs. They kill them, they destroy them, get them preoccupied with jobs. You know, so like basically they spend all their time chasing a fake wealth when we already had the wealth, but it was stolen from us, but we was dumbed down on purpose so we wouldn't notice it, to keep them preoccupied so they can build government-owned daycares to brainwash your children. Okay, let's go. Of the parents and the establishment of government-operated daycare centers for the occupational orphan children. The quality of education given to the lower class must be of the poorest sort, so that the mote of ignorance isolating the inferior class from the superior class is and remains incomprehensible to the inferior class. With such an intentional handicap, even bright lower class individuals have little, if any, hope of extracting themselves from their assigned lot in life. This form of slavery is essential to maintaining some measure of social order, peace, tranquility for the ruling upper class. And that is still chapter 1, but I will not continue to go on any further. I will let that linger, resonate for you guys. And then, you know, when I make my next video, depending on the topic, I will continue reading from where I left off. And I bid you wale.